Hello and welcome again to another episode of Battle Ready. today we thought we'd talk about the reveal show. So over the weekend, Warhammer Games Workshop did a not 40K reveal. So they revealed things for AOS, Warcry, Underworlds, I think Horus Heresy.
That's 40K.
It's 30K. But a lot of non-40K reveals. So we got to see some 40K stuff. Now, I think I've reviewed it all. I've seen it. I think some of the stuff in there is pretty cool. But Drake hasn't seen any of it.
Nope.
So we thought we'd capture his live reaction. Drake, what do you want to see first? Warcry or AOS?
AOS.
AOS. All right. Let's pull up AOS. Okay, so for AOS, we have Cities reveal. So this is going to be the box, the City starter box.
So you got some.
You got looks like 20
humans,
human troop guys, 5
knights,
knight guys,
and 3 heroes.
These 2 heroes, and then this hero here. And then the heroes, here's the shortest. You got a head in the box.
Gross.
And the new one that they showed off is this guy here.
Oh, he's a pot man.
He looks pretty cool. There's definitely a Mad Max vibe to this guy that I really like. He definitely looks like he could join Barter Town.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you don't know that stuff. Okay, so here's the banner. That is a giant banner for that little boy.
That's big. That's like a Stormcast banner.
So that's all. That's going to be the Cities box. And then they showed one more model for Cities. They showed that bad boy.
Ah, that's big.
It is a lion griffin.
A Grylan?
A griff lion. But that looks pretty cool.
It's got a spear.
I like the banners flowing. Oh, it's got a scorpion tail. It must be a manticore. So that is the Cities reveal. What do you think of that?
Pretty cool.
So I think that manticore thing is pretty cool. I like that a lot. Not only is it a big centerpiece model, but it's cool that they're using like, I guess what would you call it? Sort of like the humans are also using sort of standard fantasy creatures, and like manticores are a thing. But this is pretty cool. I like this. I like the snarling lion. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's weird that they've got a lot of zombie heads.
I know.
It's got a lot of zombie heads. The one guy has a zombie head. I'm not sure I'm on board with the zombie heads, but
maybe they're like martyrs.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
But.
So I thought this was pretty cool. I think this is cool for anybody who's interested in cities. I think this is neat. I think this is it's going to be good.
There was that one ogre tower sniper guy.
Yes, that's true. He's not part of this, but we have seen one additional model.
The ogre sniper.
The ogre sniper tower man.
That guy's high up.
So this is cool. None of this is my jam. None of this is making me think, "Ooh, I gotta start collecting cities."
Jam.
Yeah, this is just not for me. However, I can still appreciate it and think that it looks cool. And for those who are interested in cities, I feel about cities the same way I sort of feel about reading books, where I like books. I don't like books about normal people and their normal problems.
Ding, ding, ding. Same here.
Because I am a normal person and I have normal problems. So I don't really care to read about other people in the same or similar situations. But if somebody's a space wizard or a fantasy wizard, or if they've got a magic sword, or they can cast spells, or they fly on a spaceship, or if there's something like that, I'm much more inclined. Or at least if somebody's like a serial killer or a psychic or something interesting and outside of my perspective. And that's how I feel about AOS. There's a whole faction of lizards riding dinosaurs. Sign me up.
Techno lizards.
Techno lizards. There's a whole faction of like disgusting plague pus monsters. Give them here. I want that. There's a faction of totally normal dudes living a normal life. Cool. I'm not interested.
Not normal. They're getting essentially kicked out of their homes.
Well, I guess it's like as normal as possible within the mortal realms. One thing people have been talking about is the Dawnbringer terrain. So the terrain that's available right now is the ones that are being built, but in a lot of the pictures you see ones that are completed.
Yeah.
It's like where are those coming from? that a kit that's going to come out soon? What's happening there? So I guess we'll see.
They're using old world terrain.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's cool. It's not for me. I should say, if for example you wanted to collect them and you made an army, I would love to play against them. I'd be happy to have them on my table for sure. But they just don't inspire me to want to collect and build and paint and do all that. What do you think of them?
They seem cool.
I could totally get behind this Manticore. I'm going to look at it one more time. This Manticore is pretty sweet. It's got the same big wings like a Gobsprak does. I could, if Cities of Sigmar was all Manticore riders, now we're starting to talk. Now you've piqued my interest. Now I'm like, ooh, maybe I do want the Manticore cavalry.
Maybe there's a Manticore riding faction.
Oh, maybe. I mean, if there's Manticore air cavalry, I might think about it. But probably not. Probably this is one guy. So anyway, sort of cool. All right, ready for Warcry?
Sure. No, is that the only cities reveal?
That is the only. Well, the cities reveal is the box. That second, the model with the cauldron, and then this Manticore guy.
But I mean, like, is that the only AOS
That's the only
reveal?
AOS reveal. It's all city stuff. Trick said anytime it's not Gloomspite Gets.
No,
if there's Gloomspite Gets, it's awesome. Anytime there's Gloomspite Gets mentioned, it's like the worst. The worst thing.
No. I'm sad that's the only city. That's the only AOS reveal.
All right, let's hit some Warcry. Okay, so for Warcry.
Wah!
Speaking of Wah, bomb, 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 bomb.
Orcs.
So it is a cruel boy.
Monkeys.
He's got a grot. He's got, looks like 4
buddies.
I wonder if those are hobgrots. I bet those are.
No.
Green hobgrots.
The orcs. And then he's got some monkeys.
2 beast monkeys. So this guy likes to tame, he collects and tames beasts, but he doesn't go and find beasts and tame them. He steals their eggs and raises them up because that's the craftier, more cunning way. Yeah, that grot's got a big egg. He's like, ah. So,
yeah, those are definitely orcs.
Beast mob, the beast knob, that's this guy, the leader. He leads the band. I think I'm sort of on board with these guys. I like the little ape things he's already trained. Those are going to come out and just punch you in the face. I like his little band
That's like a Saurus killer, man.
Of goobers. I'm liking those. So I like Cruel Boys anyway. The look of them, I mean. I really like the look of Cruel Boys. And so, I don't know. I'm thinking I'll be interested in picking up this Warband for Warcry. I think we should play Warcry more. But this Warband is pretty cool. Pretty cool. What do you think?
They seem pretty cool.
The kind of warband you think would be neat?
They seem old, like, especially these 4 guys.
Mm-hmm.
They seem old worldish.
Maybe a little. I would love to see. Hold on 1 minute here. Let's watch this. I want to see how big those little guys are in relation to him.
He's tiny.
The monster killers.
No, those are orcs. Yeah, look, those are orcs.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, so they are orcs. They just look, in the picture, they look a little bit, like this guy just looks small, right?
But he's a giant thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sort of digging these guys. I think these guys are pretty cool.
I'm a little less excited about these 4 guys because they look almost like repurposed old world models to me.
Not even a little bit.
They have an old world look, especially the paint jobs.
Oh, maybe the paint, but see how they're like more proportioned and a little bit ganglier. The longer arms.
Yeah.
That's the Cruel Boys look. The Bone Splitters, which are the old world orcs, are all thick and muscly. That's not what these guys are. So I don't think they look like old world at all. But I do think this whole thing looks pretty cool. And not only that, but this sort of fits Cruel Boys lore for me, I think.
Yeah.
Because Cruel Boys lore is supposed to be, they're sneaky, they're hiding in the swamps, they're cunning and this. But when you play them on the table, it's like, rank up your Stabba boys. What are the Stabba boys called? Gut Rippers. Rank up your Gut Rippers. Have a monster behind them. Watch as they go crashing into your lines. It's like, it's not really how they should fight, right? According to their lore. And these guys, it's like, how are they going to tame a monster? Are they going to throw a rope around its head and drag it to the ground and beat it into submission?
Yep.
Nope. They're going to like avoid mama. They're going to avoid the mama, go steal an egg, train that little guy. And that feels very Cruel Boys to me. So I'm glad that these guys are like pushing into the lore a little bit. And I could also see that they're out in the swamps, they're out in the Gnarlwood or whatever, wherever it is, and trying to capture some monster. And then some other warband comes in, and now there's a fight. So it's not like they, have pitched battles and they're getting ready to fight this other warband. No, they're off doing their own thing or trying to grab an egg, and somebody shows up, and now they got to deal with it. So I like it. I like it. I think this one is something I might be interested in picking up.
Monkeys.
Your monkeys. Yeah, I do think the monkeys are sort of cool. It's interesting that those are beasts, I assume, that they've previously trained. So.
And they're not just running around.
Yeah. So there is one more reveal, just to show you. Bom, bom, bom.
Rats.
Pestilens.
Rats.
Plague rats.
They're tiny.
No, they're Skavens.
No, that guy is tiny.
Oh, that's a baby rat. So you've got 5 normal rats plus 1 baby rat as part of this Underworlds warband. We don't have Underworlds. We don't play Underworlds. Nope. I'm not super interested in Underworlds because of the card-based nature of it. I sort of would either rather play a card game or play a miniatures game. I don't like the idea of putting both together. Not that it's a bad game. Never played it. Couldn't tell you. And some people love it. So more power to you. But I do think these models are sort of cool. And I'm happy to see Skaven getting a little bit of attention. We're secretly hoping that Skaven actually is the other side of the Versus box. Well, actually, I'm hoping Malarian is the other side, but I'm probably wrong.
I'm secretly hoping that it's Chaos.
Skaven's Chaos.
Sorry, not Chaos, Order.
Order, yeah, that's the Malarian.
Yes, Order reorder.
That's what I would love to see. But I think that's probably not going to happen. And there's a lot of rumors about it being Skaven. And so I think most of those rumors are hope rumors. I don't think anybody who's like actually has inside knowledge. I think there's a lot of hope rumors coming out. But if it is, and they've got new sculpts in there because it's a starter box, maybe we'll start looking at Skaven. Because the only thing stopping us from picking up Skaven right now
are their sculpts.
Are that the sculpts are horrible and ugly and awful. And some of them aren't that bad. Some of them aren't that bad. But I just feel like, well, some of those sculpts have been around for 20 years. Some of those sculpts can vote, right? They're that old. They're going to get replaced soon. So I don't want to go buy a bunch of them for an army only to have them get replaced like 6 months later. So maybe once the refresh hits, I'm interested. But until then, I can just appreciate the models. And I sort of like Pestilens. Of all the different ones, I sort of like Pestilens the most. All right, of the 3, Underworlds, Warcry, and AOS, what was your favorite?
I have to say Warcry.
You look like you're pretty tired. You look like this was not super exciting for you.
I'm fine.
Yeah. So you're going to say Warcry?
Yeah.
Why Warcry?
I think it was just the most exciting, because it's the only one we're actually going to use, even remotely.
Just because it's the most relevant for us?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely was most jazzed about that. I agree. I think Warcry is cool. And even if we weren't going to use it, I just like Cruel Boys more. So seeing new Cruel Boys stuff is just exciting for me. But I thought all of these things were pretty cool. And it's good to see stuff coming out, especially when we spent a long time just getting Battle Tome and one hero. It's nice to start seeing like new stuff coming. So I'm glad that's happening. And for people who like cities, man, I'm happy for you guys. You're going to get a whole new faction. And I think if that's the kind of stuff you like, then sort of the normal warriors in a fantastical setting, it's going to look great. It looks really, really good. And that starter box is just the starter box. Just like when Seraphon got their army box, right? It came with Raptidons, a Slan, and the new Saurus. But then they also had new Kroxigor, the new
Respond.
That's the Crocs of War.
Yeah.
The new Agrodons and the Scarvet Agrodon. The new Skink in his chair, Starseer, and the new Flame Spitter guy, whose name I can't remember. Bleh. Spawn of Chotek. Yes. Spawn of Chotek. So if this is the army box, that's going to be a great way to start the army, but there's going to be a lot of additional cities units that are going to be available. And we've seen a couple of them, but that's pretty cool. It's pretty exciting. If you are interested in the cities faction, it's pretty exciting. The only thing that's a little bit question mark is they still, at least from the articles, I've only read the articles, haven't come out and said, oh yeah, this is this city's thing is you can still use your dwarves, or you can still use your elves, or you can still use this. It's unclear. It's unclear how much of that stuff is staying, especially since in Seraphon, they got rid of a bunch of stuff. They got rid of cold ones. They got rid of the old, whatever Spawn of Chotek replaced. They got rid of the priests with no replacement. They got rid of the Sunblood, no replacement. Yeah, salamanders. That's right. So it's pretty clear that even in 3.0, they are very willing to just kick old stuff out of the game. So crossing my fingers for current city players that you'll be able to use much of, or hopefully all of, what you've got right now.
I mean, maybe it'll just be like they'll either flip to Legends,
sure,
or they'll get sent back to Old World.
Yeah, both of those are options. So one thing's nice about a game like this, there's no Warhammer police.
Yeah.
Right? So if you want to say, oh yeah, those guys, those are the human warriors, even though they've got pointy ears and they look like elves, it's fine. Do it. Yeah. Do your game. It's all good. Yeah, I don't know if the tournament organizer is going to have to decide what's legal at a particular tournament. But when you're playing in your basement, when you're playing in your garage with friends, do whatever you want, man. It's all good. But it would be nice to have some support through Legends, for sure, at least for a while. And yeah, with Old World coming out, it would be great for them to say, oh yeah, by the way, all those free guild that you have, you can now use them in Old World as part of Empire or Bretonnia or whatever they're part of. The only bad part about it is all those ones used to be in Warhammer Fantasy, so people had to take them off their square bases and put them on round bases. And now I'll just take them off the round bases and put them back on square bases. Oh, what a nightmare! But at least maybe having that option will be there. They also did reveal something for Old World, a Bretonian knight, a new Bretonian knight. So that's cool. I don't have any interest in the Old World, but for people that do, that was revealed. And then, so overall, what do you think of the reveal show? Yeah. Yeah, I think that this one didn't have so much relevance for us, but I thought it was pretty cool. I was very excited to see the new models. I'm really happy for people who play or who are interested in cities in particular. I'm excited for the Warcry one, and I like the Skaven one. It's neat. Not, I'm going to play Underworld, but it's neat.
This one, the name of this one is funny because it says no Warhammer 40,000, but there's only one other thing that's going to be AOS. Or
well, it could be Warcry, could be Necromunda, could be
Necromunda.
Oh, I guess Necromunda's in the 40k world.
Yeah.
But I mean, could be Middle Earth strategy battles, could be Underworlds, could be something Titanicus Aeronauticus.
That sounds 40. But
it might be 40k world, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, but the only other, except for the exception of Middle Earth, the only other area is the AOS world.
That might be true. I think they really only have those 3 settings. AOS. Well, no, they've got Old World now. Old World is a different setting than AOS. And I think 30k counts as a different setting from 40k. It's 10k different. 10k is a lot of K.
Yummy K.
All right. Well, anyway, tell us what you thought of the reveals. Let us know what you're excited about, because I'd love to discuss some of this stuff. And if there's something that I missed from the live stream, in particular, we weren't able to watch the live stream, But if there's something I missed and you want to make sure that we're aware of when it comes to some of these models, I am all ears. This has been another episode of Battle Ready.
Ready!
Thanks so much for watching.